Welcome to Exposure News. I'm Becky Baker.
And I'm Jack Buckley. Today's stories. A Cardiff woman has lost her appeal and remains in prison after killing her husband in a road crash.
The body of a woman who was last seen at Christmas has been found in Riverside.
And firefighters stage more strikes in a row over pensions.
A body of a woman has been found in Riverside after being missing for 5 months. The 45-year-old, named locally as Bridget King, was discovered on Wednesday evening. The body was found at a flat in Dempster Gardens. Police officers broke entry to Miss King's flat after being alerted by friends. The death is not being treated as suspicious, and police said inquiries are continuing.
Firefighters are staging more strikes in a row over pensions. The UK government plans to raise the firefighters' retirement age from 55 to 60 and increase pension contributions by 2015. A 5-hour walkout happened at midday and more strikes are expected over Bank Holiday weekend. The Fire Brigade Union held these strikes in September, claiming they should be allowed to retire earlier.
A Cardiff woman has lost her appeal and remains in prison after killing her husband in a road crash in the Dominican Republic. Mother of 2, Nicola Reyes of Rubney, was jailed for 12 years for killing Jorge Quintalaro Reyes in July 2012. The 37-year-old was knocked off his motorbike by Reyes, but she has always maintained it was an accident. Reyes claimed she accidentally collided with her husband when she swerved to avoid an oncoming car after a night out. Reyes was jailed by the court in the city of Santiago.
A Newport charity that works with people battling homelessness and drug addiction has helped 100 people in the last year. They're facing an ongoing struggle to gain funding and stay open. Dean Hodge reports.
Is a charity devoted to helping people in the depths of poverty, homelessness and addiction. The staff behind Teen Challenge and Eden Gate have been working for 20 years now, and just last year helped over 100 people alone.
I was a crack cocaine addict for 13 years, and from graduating the programme, God had kind of impacted my life and changed my life really, and I felt that God had really given me a heart to do outreach and get involved and share my experiences and share my faith with people that were trapped in a similar lifestyle as myself.
At the moment I'm training to be a pastor in the Presbyterian Church of Wales. It's great. I'm getting paid by church to work for them. That is just a complete turnaround. But before I've been begging, stealing, selling drugs. I've worked as a support worker, I've worked as a peer mentor. And it's all about giving into other people's lives and help other people, encourage them, help them come out of addiction.
The charity regularly organises sessions where people out on the streets of Newport or recovering from addiction can take shelter and seek support. Many of the volunteers have at one point in their life been homeless or addicted to drugs or alcohol.
There's well over 100, 200 of us homeless in Newport, maybe more, I don't know, but I know most of them. And most of them come here, they have coffee, they sit down, they have a chat, they come for the food bank, if they got tickets, And like I said, it's like, if it weren't for this place, I reckon most people would be really struggling,
The charity's volunteers dedicate their lives to helping as many people in Newport as they can, and just last year they helped over 100 people. However, they have struggled to get the vital funding and support they need.
It's a new thing, and we're hoping locally that lots of people, individuals, churches, trusts will support and help us in what we're doing.
Ed Miliband was in Cardiff today campaigning for the European elections. He met with Gareth Williams, the head of campaigns for the public inquiry into Welsh hospitals. He was also promoting Labour's candidates in the European elections and Labour's cost of living.
In work is that they're finding that their work is insecure, they're low paid, and their issues aren't being dealt with by the UK government in Westminster. That's why Labour is campaigning on the bread and butter issues around the cost of.
A new report from Barclays has revealed that foreign spending in Wales is set to rocket over the next few years. The research found that spending of foreign tourists will reach an estimated £544 million by 2017, which is an increase of 43% since 2013. Welsh retail, leisure and hospitality are all expected to boom, with spending in the Welsh fashion sector increasing by 45% alone. Hotels and restaurants will attract £317 million, with accommodation bringing in over £1 million.
Now we're going over to Matthew Harris with a story on Welsh Walking Week, organised by the Welsh Rambling Society. Matthew has taken a trip to Penarth to look at the best routes you can take to take part in Walking Week.
Exercise is an integral part of everyone's daily routine, and we need to make sure that we exercise for at least 60 minutes a day. What's the best way of going about this? Get Walking Week is a short walks festival run by the Ramblers Walking Group. The idea behind this is to make Britain exercise and discover the wonder of walking. Only a third of us are active enough, according to the National Health Statistics. But it doesn't have to be this way. Walking is an easy and fun way to improve health and well-being. It's free too. To help people get more active, Ramblers are encouraging everyone to get outside and get walking this May, whether it's making short journeys on foot instead of using your car, or making time for an after-work stroll. I've come here to the beautiful Penarth Pier, one of many locations you can visit on Walking Week, which runs from May the 5th to May the 11th, 2014. I'm Matthew Harris.
The city centre of Cardiff has changed a lot over the last 40 years. New shops and the pedestrianisation of the city centre has changed it completely. Josh Smith compares the city centre today to the one of yesteryear.
Pop down to HMV and grab a DVD instead.
It's changed massively in the last 20 years. The development's incredible. It's a job to keep pace with it.
Yeah, it used to be like that. How do you remember it?
It was a very traditional. Again, it was linked very much into the industry of the area, the pits and then the corresponding people come into this. Well, this was the major city for that area, and it was linked to that time. But obviously, financially, the area's totally changed.
After a day of shopping, you could crash at the Terminus Hotel, but that's gone, with Peppermint taking its place. The 0 Degrees restaurant on Westgate Street has replaced a taxi rank. Over the past 20 years, the face of Cardiff has changed drastically, such as the Capitol building behind me, which used to be a cinema. With ongoing developments, the look of the city is continually changing. Development of Cardiff Queen Street Station is the latest in the redevelopment of Cardiff City Centre and will be finished later this year. Josh Smith, Exposure News.
And now we go to Matt Davis with sport.
Thanks, Jack. Cardiff City will look to keep their hopes of Premier League survival alive on Saturday. Should they lose against Newcastle and either Norwich or Sunderland pick up a point, with such an inferior goal difference, Cardiff will be relegated in all but name. Our reporter Matthew is at the stadium. Matthew, what is at stake for the Bluebirds this weekend? Wales hooker Matthew Rhys will resume his captaincy of the Cardiff Blues on Saturday after battling back from testicular cancer. Rhys earlier returned for the Blues following his recovery in their Judgment Day victory over the Scarlets at the Millennium Stadium on Easter Sunday. He will now lead them in their fixture against Connaught in the penultimate game of their season. Newport Gwent Dragons have pulled an online poll which gave their fans the opportunity to vote on a new crest for the region. More than 2,000 votes were cast on 3 options, but the Rodney Parade outfit withdrew their plans after the decision improved and popular with supporters. Cardiff City defender Juan Cala has requested a hearing with the FA after being charged with improper conduct following his red card at Sunderland. The Spaniard was sent off for a professional foul on Connor Wickham, but it was an alleged incident in the tunnel that the 24-year-old has been charged for. And now, back to Becky.
Thanks, Matt. And now we're over with weather with Holly Fraser.
Clear overnight and with light winds. It'll turn cold with the frost in places, cloudier and less cold further west, but mainly dry. Tomorrow, after a cold start, it'll remain largely sunny through the morning, although cloudier across the far west.
That's all from us. Thank you for watching and have a good bank holiday weekend.
Good night.
you.